Hello, and welcome to another episode of
Two Sides, 2aCoin.
Yeah, I'm Alicia Curry.
And I'm Kathy Curry.
We are here to talk about everything
And nothing.
Nothing at all. So, recently, there was this challenge going around. Did you participate in it?
I did not.
You did not?
No.
Okay. So, this is a black and white photo challenge. And then you just have to put in your description, challenge accepted, and post a black and white photo of yourself. I was challenged by a friend to do it. I told her I don't think I'm going to do it. And she said I didn't think I was going to do it either. We had a whole conversation about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw another friend post it, and then she talked about why she was doing it. It was because it started because of the Turkish women.
Mm-hmm.
So I read her post, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do it in support of that. So I did it. I blasted it everywhere. And then someone asked me, why are you doing this? What is this for? So I thought instead of just repeating what she said, I was going to actually research it. And some interesting stuff came up. But before I talk about all the interesting stuff I read about it, let's just talk about challenges in general.
Yeah.
What is your opinion? What do you
think? I mean, we can go back to, when was that, like 2012 with the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I feel like that was the first challenge that sort of blew up across social media. And I feel that a lot of these, while they start off with a great cause or they're in support of a great cause, a lot of the time they end up just becoming a trend. They become a fad. People participate because if they don't participate, they're ostracized, or, you know, they're not in support of this thing, even though doing it doesn't always contribute to the cause.
Right.
You can look at the Blackout Tuesday for Black Lives Matter. That blew out of proportion. People didn't even know why they were posting black squares. They were just like, oh, everyone on my feed is posting black squares. Let me post black squares so I don't look racist. And that's not what it was for. That was not the intention behind it. Initially, it was only for people in the like music industry, and then it continued on to like media, general entertainment industry, and then it just became everybody has to post a black square and tag Black Lives Matter or BLM, and it ended up backfiring because the trending tag was filled up with black squares. There was no information. People's voices were being drowned out, and it was just completely counterproductive. Yeah.
So I am with you on the challenge. It's like a chain letter.
Yeah.
I don't like accepting challenges, mainly because I think for myself. I don't want to.
I'm not a thing that was going around Instagram that was like until tomorrow, like right around when quarantine started, and it was basically like people would post embarrassing old selfies of themselves, and if you liked it, they would DM you like, okay, well now you have to do it and say until tomorrow and everything. And I was just like, y'all ain't catching me with that. I'm not
doing that.
That has no point, really.
Yeah. So back to the black and white challenge.
Right.
The photo started, its origin, it started with this Brazilian reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the celebrities took it up and started posting their own black and white photos. And it was from what I read on CNN and some other news sources, it was in support of equality for women.
Mm-hmm.
Workplace equality, you know, equal pay. And then I think that message wasn't really well received from what I was reading in this report, that the message wasn't really that, it didn't catch on. Mm-hmm. And then so there was this, the protests in Turkey about femicide, that every day women were showing up in the news of being murdered by their boyfriends, their husbands, by someone, that women were being killed at an alarming rate. And then they started posting black and white photos of the women that were being killed. Mm-hmm. And then so now that's what gave the movement more momentum, was to support,
become kind of mainstream.
Right. Femicide. Women being killed.
Well, not support femicide.
Well, not support, but
the issue of
femicide, right. To support the women. To support the women of Turkey, and to bring awareness to the ever-growing
domestic violence and
right,
issues
of domestic violence against
Yeah.
women, violence against women on the whole,
right,
violence against women on the whole. And so
and the lack of government intervention and prosecution and
exactly,
Yeah.
that women are still being made to feel like it's their fault.
right.
And so I supported that by doing it. I can say that I didn't really challenge anyone else, because I did tell my friend, I said, I'll do it, but I'm not like going to challenge anyone else, because it's
Don't
just
feel
not me.
comfortable
That's
doing
just
that,
not me.
yeah.
I you know, if I start a movement, then okay, fine. But I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't
that sounds
jump
about
on.
right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Jump on every movement, every bandwagon thing.
And that's not to say that these things should be
Bandwagon.
considered as a bandwagon fad or anything like that. It's really important that whenever you see a challenge like this, to look up the origin of it before you participate, especially.
If you are congruent.
Yes,
If you are
make
congruent
sure
with
that
it.
you are educated on what the issue is and what you are either supporting or
You're
condoning or against.
Because you're
I lost the
lending
word.
you're lending your voice and your image and your brand and everything else that to whatever the cause is, and if you are really in support of that cause. So do your homework. A lot of people share stuff constantly on social media. I get inboxed ad nauseum. Whatever is supporting their particular viewpoint, they tend to circulate it as truth or something. But do your homework. You know, there's a site out there that's Snopes, SNOPES. You can check it out, or you can Google it and just find out
find reliable sources. Make sure that you know
about
where your news is coming from. You know, New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, places like that. Make sure that they're credible sources.
Fake news, but so
technical difficulties resolved.
So, but get a reliable source.
Yes.
And
don't be
a source that has
second opinions.
That's what I'm saying. A source that has more than one, just not one source. Get multiple sources.
Get at least two sides.
There's two sides to the story. Yeah, two sides to your coin. So we just wanted to talk about, you know, jumping in on trends, jumping in on hashtags. Just really make sure, you know, unless it's like Jimmy Fallon or something like that. But
there are things that are all in good fun. That
if
of course, fun, if you feel led to participate in it, have fun with it. But for certain things like the Black and White Challenge or Blackout Tuesday, things like that, make sure that you're fully aware of what you're participating in before you jump in.
An informed person.
Yes.
And so when people ask you, what is this about? You can actually articulate it in a way
not, oh, well, you know, a friend tagged me in it and challenged me to do it. So
don't tag me in anything. Just say it. But, you know, because that's the other thing that, you know, I said this was going to be, okay, I'm not going to say it. But make sure that you are in support of what you're doing, and it's just not just because then you might have to come back and explain yourself.
Right.
Explain what you're doing. So
that's all for today.
That's all for today. That's two sides.
Again,
we're on the same side of this, but that's okay. One of these days.
Someday.
All right. So not today. So guys, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you again next time.
Go and vote.
Oh yes. Go vote. If you're in
the state of Florida, early voting is open now until I believe August 16th. And then the primary is August 18th.
You just voted today.
Yes, I did. I submitted my vote by mail ballots today. So
we'll have a show about that, about voting.
Yes,
because I have a story.
All right. Okay. So check us out next time. 2 sides to a coin.
See you next
Later.
time. Bye. Oh, catch us on Cassie
Instagram at Cassie Curry
and at the Alicia Curry.
Bye.